Hello, welcome to Todd Miller TV. I wanted to give you an update to the Las Vegas real estate market for the first quarter of 2011. I just got a report that's very interesting. It's got some really good data. It's from the Center for Business and Economic Research. What I'll probably do is PDF this and stick it on the website so you can take a look at it. But I read through the whole report. It's 14 pages. It was a lot of data. Most of it was pretty boring, but I got some really interesting stuff out of here I thought that I would share with you. So you all know that there's a lot of inventory, there's some vacant properties, and a lot of those are foreclosures, and we have a high mix of short sales. Well, what I want to do is go through some of the specific numbers because there's some interesting things in here. The question I get most of the time by you all is, what are prices doing? Where are they going? Are there going to be more foreclosures? So I'll start with the first one I got, which is the median sale price. So whether there's a lot of homes on the market or not a lot, the biggest concern is, are they going to go down? So from the fourth quarter of 2009 to the fourth quarter of 2010, so over those 5 quarters, home prices didn't change. The median home price was within $5,000 of $140,000, which is pretty stable. Okay, so that was number one. Number two is, how long are they staying on the market? Well, this is very interesting. 40% of all homes sell in the first 30 days. 40%. That is not normal for a market. A normal market is, you have a 6-month inventory. It takes 6 months to sell all your houses, which means in general you're selling, 15 to 20% each month for 6 months. Well, this is, 40%. Well, and it's a little skewed because what that 40%, believe it or not, are the foreclosures. The REO properties, they come on the market and people are jumping on them. Homeowners are jumping on them, investors are jumping on them, people are grabbing those up mainly because of this number here, the $140,000 median price. The houses that are coming on below that are just disappearing super fast. So that was one that I thought was interesting. What that correlates to is how houses sell for about $75 a square foot. It's an average, so what that means is, on average, if it's a 1,000 square foot house, it's probably $75,000. Okay, it's a 2,000 square foot house, it's probably about $150,000, and it depends by neighborhood and other factors like that. Where were we a few years ago? It was over $200,000. Obviously, we're at a third of the values that we were at before. And then something else that was super, super interesting. So another question is, well, I'm an investor, I want to buy. Can I rent? Can I rent? Here's the number. Of all investment properties, this is all types of investment properties, houses, apartments, everything, there's only a 10% vacancy rate. So that means 90% of all units available for rent are all rented, which is pretty good. The great thing about that is that is not going to create downward pressure on rents. Although property values have fallen by 3 times, they're a third, rents are off between 5 and 10% total. And that actually correlates to when the prices shot up, rents didn't skyrocket, they just went up 5 to 10%, which is a pretty good number. And then the last thing is really super interesting, and it's kind of hard to see. I don't know if you can see it on here or not, but this there's a line here which represents like what home value should have been long term if you just take normal economic progress, and we were on that. Las Vegas was on that until about 2002 when prices started going up, and that's when you see this big rise here in prices. Well, what's happened is, back here in 2009, they shot below this line. This is the long-term economic line. What this is, this difference here is, economic forces will tend to push back toward that line. So what happened was, the prices went up, they came screaming down, and now because of supply and demand, remember they were up here, supply and demand caused them to go this direction, so now they're down here, supply and demand is going to force them to go in this direction. So this is my recommendation, and this is why I think, personally, it's a good opportunity now to invest, to buy, because you're going to get rental money, you're going to get a probably 10 to 15% easy return, almost no-brainer return on an investment. But I think prices are going up. I don't know if it's going to be in a few years, 5 years, 10 years. This is why. Because these numbers are publicly available. Some hedge funds, somebody's going to figure this out, and big money's going to roll in this town and start buying real estate. I personally am buying properties, buying 3 bedrooms under $100,000, stuff you can rent out for $900, get a 15% return. I think there's a huge opportunity there. Anyway, I just wanted to share all of these numbers with you, sort of give you a feel for what's going on. I can't predict the market. I can read the numbers and sort of interpret them. I know what actions I'm taking, and I know what our investors who are coming here are seeing this opportunity and saying, hey, this is great. So anyway, so that's the update for today, and I hope you stay tuned and watch other episodes. Thanks a lot.